Hello, this is Mitch King with the Sunday evening, November 22nd, 2009 Daily Stock Report. Looking at the Dow 30. We've had several down days in a row, and we're thinking that this is the start of a very shallow pullback, and it could last up to another week or 10 days. We're looking to raise more cash and start looking for selected short positions. We're starting to see more speculation for stocks, which typically occurs toward the end of a little bit of a bull run. And we're looking for this pattern to continue, to have a slight pullback, a nice dip that's obvious to buy long again and cover the short positions. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq Composite. And the Nasdaq Composite's been a little bit sharper of a correction, a little more volatile. We've had some earnings reports come out of the technology sector, which is mostly what the Nasdaq Composite makes up of, and so it's a steeper sell-off. Companies like Intel and Dell have had some negative earnings along with several other tech stocks. Here's the S&P 500, which makes up of, here's the S&P 500, a little more balanced of a index than the Nasdaq Composite or the Dow 30. Let's take a look at a handful of stocks. Here's Chipotle Mexican Grill. You can see why I like this stock as a trading stock so much. We've been long, then short, then long, then short. Now long from $80, just under 80 to 90, back down from 90 or 89 something to which currently is 83.88. I think it should be covered tomorrow morning at the opening or real close in that first half hour. Here's Google, starting to turn over a little bit. Nothing serious though. This is not the stock that is likely to sell down very drastically. It's been one of the stronger stocks this year. Here's American Express, AXP. Had several shallow days of a correction. Nothing serious yet. Acting like one of the stronger stocks so far on this little pullback. Here's Sun, which is an oil and gas refining company. And I want to show you several other stocks in the same category that look about the same. Let's a wider view here of Sun. Here's Valero, also been on a sharp sell-off in the last 3 to 4 weeks. CVI, you can see, is also really selling off. And Frontier Oil. So we're looking for a pretty substantial bounce in these stocks. We've had a couple, 1 or 2 false starts on this on the long side. Try not to let that rattle you. It's fairly common to have a false start on the stock you're trying to buy or sell short, not quite getting the right price, and it goes against you after opening. But we're looking for some sort of move upward here. Had a 1.5% gain on Friday, but another day, possibly 2 small gains would start to establish the technical indicators on the upside. Still looking for a bounce in Sun. Still looking for a bounce in STT, which is State Street. And we're starting to monitor Mylan, which is a generic drug manufacturer, MYL. It's had very shallow pullbacks as this market's been rising in the last 6 months. And it looks like it's on the same pattern, so maybe $17 is the area to start looking at this stock to buy long. Also looking at Goldman Sachs now, looking maybe as low as 165 to buy. If it drops below 165, that is a problem. We can easily drop down to 158 to 160. Here's NLST Netlist, manufacturer of a memory chip module for servers. Had a big run on Friday with some sort of hype news that announcing this memory module. And this is an excellent bull short. The first opportunity, the first helping is what we call it, went from $1 to $7, back to $4, and now it's regenerating back up to $8, which is the high. This very well could go into the mid-8s on Monday before it peaks out and then starts heading back down. That's the most likely scenario, but this is going to be an excellent scalping stock on the long side as well as the short side the next several days. And on a swing trade, it'd be a very good bull short correcting over the next week or so. Don't get leveraged on those. Keep a very small position. And this is DRYS. We're starting to monitor this for a swing trade on the long side, somewhere around that $6, $5.75 to $6, and that could be seen here within the next week. So put an alarm on your platform for this stock when it hits this price to wake you up. So you guys know the routine. Put the odds in your favor. Don't get leveraged. And we'll talk to you tomorrow night.